Good morning, everybody. It's Bob Richards with Simple Money Loans. That's simplemoneyloans.com or 706 306 4602 or Simple Money Loans at Gmail. And today we're listening to Boston, Peace of Mind, one of my favorite songs and favorite bands of all times. And the reason we're listening to that is we want to give you peace of mind on flipping houses, especially if you're a beginner. We want to talk to you today about house flipping hazards. Turn this music down here a little bit. We're going to talk about how we can get in trouble flipping houses because we want to help our clients be successful. We see a lot of houses that are flipped and we see a lot of problems. We want to pass those issues or pass those tips on to our clients so that they don't run into them on their projects. We're going to assume that we bought a house in a good location. And we're going to assume that we bought a house at the right price. And we're going to assume that we've written a good estimate on the house. So how can we get in trouble? Well, foundation problems can be a problem. Remember, when you remodel this house or you rehab this house, the buyer is going to have it inspected before they buy it. So you need to have a house that passes a inspection with flying colors. Walk around the house that you're thinking of flipping. Look at the brickwork. Brickwork tells you a lot. Look, what you're trying to see is, are there any cracks in the brick? Now, in our part of the country, a lot of times you'll get a crack that'll run down through the mortar. As long as it's a third of an inch or less, you're probably okay. It's normal. You can fill that in with a little mortar. It's going to be fine. If you have a crack that is over a third of an inch or even a half an inch, which we've seen, you may have a foundation problem. So if that's the case, you need to get a foundation contractor to take a look at it. And there's several good ones in this area. If you have a crack in the brickwork that runs straight down right through the bricks, through the mortar, through the bricks, through the mortar, that's a red flag. That's a foundation problem, not just a settling problem. You want to have that checked out. It may turn out to be nothing. It may turn out to be substantial. What we're trying to do here is limit our risk. Other hidden issues. Make sure when you're looking at a house that you step on the floors, around the toilet, around the bathtub, around the vanities. Make sure that you test the floors in the kitchen, that you walk around the perimeter of the kitchen, especially around the appliances which can leak water. Typically what we see is over the years a toilet would have had a small leak, or a bathtub would have had a small leak, or a vanity, or a kitchen sink, or a dishwasher, or a washer and dryer. Just a small leak can add up over time. It can ruin the subfloor underneath your tile or hardwood floors, and it can also severely damage the joist which support the subfloor. We don't want to get in trouble on these. Now, subfloors are not expensive to replace, and as long as we know and we have to replace a couple of joists, as long as we've got that built into our estimate, we're going to be fine. These are normal problems. We just want to make sure that you know about them. So cracks in the foundation are what we see crop up sometimes. Cracks or soft floors or warped. Another one is a warped floor. What is causing that warpage? Is it a settlement issue or is it just normal warping? It's typically going to be some type of settling in the foundation. And in our part of the country, some warped floors are normal. We just want to make sure that the foundation is solid and that if we don't correct the warped floor, if we sell a house with a warped floor, we're not going to get dinged on an inspection. Another area we see jobs get held up in is permitted construction. A lot of flippers go in and they will not pull permits, and a lot of times they don't need to pull permits, and that's fine. You're going to finish the job a lot quicker. But If you're doing a job, if you're doing some major electrical, plumbing, or remodeling to the house, and you don't pull a permit and the permitting department finds out, they're going to stop your construction. You're going to have to get it permitted. You're going to have to hire a contractor, go through him, help him, or get him to help you with the permitting process so you can get back on your job. The other thing that we see, and we'll probably do this in another video, is that homes that are either not remodeled enough or remodeled too much, that they can affect your profit. What we want to do is help you maximize your profit on a flip. Today, what we've talked about are, we want you to identify any foundation issues, look at your brick, look at any cracks in the brick, look at your warped floors or your sloping floors in the house. Make sure you press down with your foot around the toilet, around the kitchen floors, around the bathtub. Make sure you've looked at all those things to identify any type of settlement issues that you're going to have to address. And then finally, make sure that if you need to pull a permit, you do it up front so it does not slow down your job. We are SimpleMoneyLoans.com, SimpleMoneyLoans@gmail, 706-306-4602. Please contact us. We want to help you make money.